Welcome to Total Party Killing It. Last week, the crew made their way out of a dungeon that was previously filled by some drakes, maybe some cultists, and other bad things. They had come across one of the demon cult leaders and decided that it would be a good idea to run away. So they did that, went out, took a nice rest, and sometime in the middle of the night, the cultists managed to escape. A little while longer, they went back in, searched the place, and found a note. They discovered the name of a place called Natir, and that it was somewhere potentially to the north, and that items were being freighted there. After which they went back to town, decided it would be a good idea to take a rest, and Nighthill gave them further orders to investigate more information. Leosin had left them a note and told them to go to Elturel, as well as a number of horses that would assist them in getting there. They traveled up north to Elturel, and after of which they got into town, tried to look around, bought some potions, caught up on a couple of things, walked around town and found it to be a wonderful place to be. But they have thus not found their friend Leosin. And this is where we will join them.
I do that. So wait, how do I switch it over to my token again?
No one
Drop
knows.
down box.
So that was a lot of noise all at once.
I said
Drop
no.
down.
There it is.
Drop down box above the chat.
And I was saying no one knows.
It says like as, and then you select the drop down box. And
Oh, see, I see it. It was there are two of them apparently, and one of them is without the token, and one of them is with the token.
Right.
Excellent.
And I, for some reason, can make mine Squidmar.
That's
Very cool.
well.
Somebody's a mimic.
I think that means that you have access to his character.
I think
Chris.
that means you can take things out of his inventory.
You're gonna die.
Yep, you can just start taking his stuff.
Let me roll my sleight of hand.
Like
check.
fucking goddamn fucking looting his
I
corpse.
don't know.
That'd be great for.
You don't have access to his stuff.
Start with my HPs, please.
I
taking
can
them
take
or
your HP
giving
without
them?
your character. I can just swing that sword at you, buddy.
Nice. All right, so you guys found yourself in Elturel. Asked around for Leosin a little bit.
Haggling with an apothecary.
You talked to an apothecary, got some potions. Your friend has some little flying bird thing. So what do you guys want to do? How do you guys want to start this?
We ended last week, I believe, with Harshtun getting that leather duster. Specifically
Yes.
tailored to him, and we were going to make sure that we spent at least 2 days in town doing things so that he can get his duster that he paid like 70 gold to have.
Way
Hey,
a lot of money.
Real quick
Yeah.
question, Davis. My coworker just said to tell you that all he can see on your Twitch is the logo screen. He said tell him to let us see some people's faces.
Or we're gonna turn it off and you'll be back at zero.
We're still introing, and I haven't shown people's faces yet, so I need you to calm down. But fine,
that way.
I'll pop it over.
So anything
You're
anybody needs to
welcome.
get done in town for that 2 days is where we were at. We were gonna go try to talk to the Emerald Enclave about them possibly knowing where Leosin is. We were going to talk to them about the Sylvan script on that shield fragment. We, after trying to find Leosin, we were actually also going to try and find the paladin whose name was Anthar Froome, and I think that was mostly it that we had done so far. We were also going to try and find information revolving around the names Resmir and the locale Narratar. We weren't sure if that was like a town or a river or a town on a river. We just knew that it was the name of a locale of some sort. So we were going to try and figure out more information about that as well. So we've got about 3 or 4 leads to look up on in town while we are awaiting Harashtun's tailoring to be complete.
And I have a question for our local artificer. Brandon, you're playing an artificer, right?
I like to think so.
Keljar. So, hey, are you able to like imbue things with AC? Is that something you can do?
Yeah, but you're gonna definitely have to tickle some balls for that, man. I'm very limited on it.
I mean, he is trying to get that dragon gift.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
That'd be tickling Davis's balls, wouldn't it?
So,
No.
True.
Oh, yeah, because that one's not mine. So as an artificer, I can imbue things with different attributes. But one of the things I can do is +1 to AC, but I am currently using that.
Okay, so it's not a permanent thing. It's something that's
No, it's a permanent thing.
So
It's
He
a
can only
permanent
do
thing.
it so many times.
I can only do 3 infusions, and right now my 3 infusions are Enhanced Defense, my Homunculus Servant, and my Goggles of the Night Vision.
sound like he's
Okay.
stingy.
Well, I mean, I get it.
I mean-
I wouldn't want to give away like 3 AC either, or whatever, you know.
Right?
if
I
it's
mean,
all
I
can
don't
do.
know. I don't know, you guys. Y'all all just died and became new party members to me. So
How much AC does the defense thing grant you?
It's a
Is it just
+1.
Okay.
+1 until level 10, then it goes up to +2.
Dang.
Which is plenty. Plenty.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
it's a good chunk.
I'm just trying to get myself a Gorget. That's all.
A what?
We're
A
good.
Gorget, it protects your neck.
Oh.
It's a neck protector that
Oh.
go on top of my armor.
Yeah,
I
sort
want
of
to see if I
choker.
can get my AC. I want to see if I can get my AC up just a touch.
Well,
See
Yeah,
you're
when you said Gorgon, I was thinking of like the fucking ancient Greek
Gorget.
snake
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Too bad he
Yeah.
never said.
I know, it's just I have terrible hearing. Don't worry about it.
we
No,
all
that's
do.
what I heard too. Trying to get down on Medusa. I get it.
I mean, who doesn't love Medusa?
Throw a bag over it.
Fuck, put a ring on it, motherfucker.
I was gonna
So-
say you could just hit it from behind.
There's
No,
a
that's fair.
there's a meme floating around, and it's a dude looking down, and she's like standing there with her hands on her hips, and he's like, "I've made my choice." And she is well endowed. Is the joke? Is that he's looking at her tits and not her face?
Right, he's not looking at her face. Yeah, that's good.
Anyway. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, is there any sort of natural way I can get this Gorget made and still have a +1 to AC?
You will not be able to gain an additional. What are you wearing right now? What are you wearing?
Chainmail.
Okay. Your AC isn't
Yeah.
going to go up from there unless you get a better suit of armor.
Or it's magic.
Yeah.
You got a shield?
Yeah, I got a shield.
I mean, so you have
Oh,
a.
don't worry, I'm tanking it out. It's
I
happening.
was gonna say, don't you? Isn't that like an 18?
Oh, I got more than that.
Oh, well then, f off, buddy.
No.
At that point,
no, I don't want monsters to hit me. I want to get in there and help people.
At this point, it doesn't matter because either I crit you or I miss terribly. So your AC is irrelevant.
I mean, that's basically how he's been rolling. No lie.
And mostly the crits though.
I live for the critics.
That's one of the reasons I took that fucking cloud rune.
Yeah, that cloud rune's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
All
Well,
right.
last level, I took a feat that makes me immune to crits. So
I don't think that's a thing, but okay.
So you took adamantine armor as a feat.
Are we?
I am now made of adamantine armor.
No.
We're not 5. We're level 4. We literally just hit level 4 last week, like at the end of last week's fucking game.
This game's dumb.
He said we didn't even
That's
gain a
a
level
lot.
for playing a week. Ugh.
Wait, what is this? What
I'm
are we
moody.
playing?
I'm moody, bro.
What are we playing? What is this? Like pinball? What is this?
Yes.
I know, right? Where's my second ball? Where's my fucking turbo mode?
Oh my god. Anyway, what are you guys doing other than sitting around bullshitting?
The first thing I think we would do is go to the Emerald Enclave to try and find information about Leosin and try to get that shield piece transcribed or translated.
All right. Does anyone else have any objections, interests, or?
No. If everybody is doing this like as a collective group, I will begrudgingly hang out with them and enjoy the fact that I'm allowing them to enjoy my company. But
How kind of you.
Aren't the Enclave your people? Like, I know you're not part of them, but like, aren't they kind of your people?
oh yeah, but I'm totally not feeling it today.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll go anyway.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, what's everybody else doing? I mean, we all just hanging out in the tavern forever?
Yeah, I mean, is everybody going with me, or am I just going by myself?
I will go to the Emerald
Owen?
Enclave with him.
That's 2.
Town is that?
yeah. All
They
right.
have a presence in town. Yeah, it's not like the Enclave head isn't here in town, but they have a presence. There's
Yep.
like a garden, if you will, of something.
So you guys,
Alright.
you guys make your way over to the Enclave. It is, as your fighter had mentioned, kind of a garden area, very pretty, very well tended, but also not tended by human hands, if that makes sense. It is very purposeful here, but it is also it's not harsh, if that there aren't many like hard lines. Anyway, you guys walk in and you are greeted by a gentleman. He is wearing a leather breastplate. He has a staff with him. It's kind of like a gnarled stick. It's probably about quarterstaff size. Kind of sees you guys and he welcomes you in. He says, "Welcome. How can we help you?"
Is it morning time?
It's probably afternoon at this point.
So we walk in, he greets us. I say, "Good afternoon," and I introduce myself as, nobly as I can. State my house and all that nonsense. I am the butcher of house. I can't remember what fucking house I took. I'll have to iron that out later. I introduce myself, say that I am a representative of house such and such, and I proceed to ask him about the monk Leosin and ask that if he has heard any news of such a man's traversal through town.
Yeah, he stops and thinks for a second. He says, "I do not believe I have heard of him."
I kind of give him a little bit of background about who he is, our dealings with him so far. He's a monk from Greenest. He had been captured by the bandit cult, and so like seeing if any of these kind of little tidbits of information would jog his memory about any other random things he heard. Like he might not have heard the name, but maybe he's heard of this person who's been around town.
He says, "I see. Well, we oft don't gather information from the more civilized places. I believe the Order may be able to help you."
That is very wise. Thank you for that information. Before we make our way onward, though, there is something else I would be keen to understand if you would be so willing to help. And I reach in my bag and procure the shield fragment that has the Sylvan writing on it, and I say, we've tried our hand at a few different sources trying to transcribe what is written on this here shield fragment. No one in our party can read it, and I kind of motion to our Adun, and I say our elven friend here tells us that it is somewhat similar to his elvish tongue, but it's not quite the same. It's possibly an older tongue, and some have told us that it is quite possibly of the Sylvan language, and I was curious if you could possibly translate it for us.
Interesting. That is not a language oft written on weapons. And he walks over and kind of looks at it.
Holding it outward for him.
Yeah, and he looks at it and he says, this is indeed Sylvan. Would you mind if I take it for a moment?
Absolutely.
He takes it. And there's this big old tree kind of in the middle of here. You guys noticed it as you walked in, but again, with this being a garden and it being kind of the enclave, you don't really pay any mind to it, and he walks over. And seemingly out of nowhere, he kind of walks over and kind of taps his quarterstaff staff on the tree, and he says a name that you don't understand. Sounds vaguely elvish, but it isn't. And kind of seemingly just walking out of the brush that is around the tree, you see a dryad walk out.
Can I roll a history or something to see if I even
know what that is?
Know what that is, right?
I'm actually very curious.
Because I feel like as a Lord's Alliance, that has to do mainly with a more urban kind of town political kind of thing. I may not even know what this is.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. I don't think there's a handout that I can show you guys. But very.
I'm from the ocean. That's a bush bitch.
Do what?
I said I'm from the ocean. That's a bush bitch. A bush bitch. Damn.
Bish 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 bish.
Right. Got it right the first time.
I mean, if you're using the kids' slang nowadays, you could just say it's a bush bish.
Take a lap. Anyway, it looks like it's a humanoid shape, but very.
Okay, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Very leafy.
I can pull your.
Very leafy in, what he's wearing and what she is wearing. Very green toned, kind of autumny colors.
I feel her.
Eridune, you recognize what this is immediately.
I'm just nodding my head at her. I get it.
What up? She walks out and kind of looks and is like, interesting. And while our friend is away, I need to go abscond my pupper from outside, so I will be right back.
You want to have a puppers?
Do we think he got in trouble?
Sorry, what's up?
Oh, did you get in trouble?
No, Crystal just had a question or something for me.
I guess it's puppy break.
Water out of a mason jar?
It's it's actually plastic.
Man, we live in Covington, Brandon, yes. Lucky we're not just drinking it out of the fucking toilet bowl here.
I mean, it could have been some moonshine, you Kentucky hicks. Just over there getting lit.
We're from northern Kentucky, not southern Kentucky.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
Southern Kentucky is more redneck, bumfuck nowhere. Northern Kentucky
is more
more drive-by, bang bang.
Yes, actually, yes.
Fucking southern pussies.
Sorry about that, Davis.
You're fine. I had to get my dog.
Did you bring the boy in?
I did.
Oh my God.
He's been barking for the last 20 minutes outside.
Oh my God.
But he's a good boy.
Animal abuse. Or has he been barking at somebody or wanting in?
At someone. Probably somebody
okay.
up front. Anyway. So this dryad comes out, kind of looks and kind of greets the gentleman in front of you. Probably a druid, but you're not sure. You know, there's
It's
nothing.
a safe bet, but he hasn't told us.
Yeah, and there's obviously nothing obvious that would say that he is or is not. He speaks to her in Elvish. Those of you who speak it, he basically relays the information that Butcher had mentioned, i.e., like, hey, here's the shield. It has an inscription on it. And she kind of looks at it, reads it a little bit, and she kind of looks startled. And she kind of like looks at it and like reads it and then reads it again and looks startled and literally throws it like on the ground.
Oh, frightening.
Way to go.
And then she says in common, "Where did you get this?"
It was found in a cave outside of Greenest that was host to a dragon cult. I point to Keljar and Squidmar and say these two compatriots had said they had lost companions in that cave and had come back to recruit more help. And the rest of us joined up with them to go clear out what was left of these dragon cultists. And when we got to the cave, as we were clearing it out, we found that fragment amongst a pile of refuse in basically what was a troglodyte hole. It was a trash pile. That is where we found it. That's all I know about it. I am unaware of anything else that has had to do with anything.
She says,
It seemed significant because of the writing on it, so I had taken it with me.
She says, well, whatever dealt with its keeper did a good job. I do not much care for the Raven Queen.
Kind of like am taken aback, and I kind of like tilt my head down and I'm like, the Raven Queen.
She says, if you
And
wish...
I kind of like scoff as I say it.
She says, if you wish to learn more, then go find a book. I'm not interested in talking about her. And she, like, turns around and stomps back off into this bush and kind of just disappears.
I'm pretty sure this chick's my soulmate. I can feel her, like, in my soul right now, just being over. But just over.
Yeah,
The two of you both being broody.
You get the impression that, like, when she came out, she was very, haughty isn't the right word, but very, like aloof maybe is a good way to put it. Just very like, hey, what's up? And then literally immediately like reads that and is like, nope, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yes.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, like to the degree that you're like, pretty sure we just offended a dryad.
Right.
Butcher, why did you make that dryad so angry?
I kind of look at everybody and I'm like, I didn't know what it said. I don't speak Sylvan.
They still didn't tell us what it said.
They did not tell us what it said, but we do know that it involved the Raven Queen, and we can always take the fragment back to the library and try to translate it ourselves. I asked the keeper of the enclave here if she had said anything else to him that she didn't say to us. Basically, trying to glean any more information out of it that I can.
So he kind of pipes up and he says, that is a interesting script you found. I believe it says, glory to the Raven Queen. The spoils are hers.
Now I'm gonna make is this something that I'm gonna realize about, or do I need to make a religion check?
Give me a religion. DC's pretty low to know who she is. Oh, yeah. You know that, basically, you know about the Raven Queen. She is a, I'm I'm trying to remember exactly what she is, so I'm probably going to be wrong. Actually, I may do a quick Google just so I'm not like totally wrong.
Yeah, don't be totally wrong. It's a good way to get comments.
Yeah, right. So she is a basically a mysterious entity that is essentially a deity. You know that typically she is considered to be aligned with the Feywild. She is not inherently a evil creature, but she is associated with life and death.
Sounds like my kind of peeps.
And she has a kind of obsession with collecting and observing kind of fragments and memories of essences. She very much likes to collect things that are unseen.
Interesting.
Typically, she is not like I said, like she's not good or bad. But a lot of the Feywild is kind of not cool with her, just because of her shadiness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I kept in my notes, Raven Queen typically regarded as shady.
Just for on the Forgotten Realms fandom wiki, basic stats.
Right.
She's lawful neutral. She's from Shadowfell. Her domains are life and death. So, very, very much kind of a, she's cryptic. Very much a secretive individual.
Yeah.
Hi, dog.
Yeah.
He agrees. He's not a fan of the Raven Queen either.
Yeah.
Dumb bitch.
Right. So, I basically thank him for all the information he's given to us, and I ask them if they take tithes, basically.
He says, I do not know of an organization that doesn't. And he kind of just smiles. Like, yes, we will take your money. Of course we will take your money.
Would you say 2 gold is an appropriate tip, so to speak?
I mean, to give...
it's so difficult to know the tip.
Yeah. To give you an idea, in a town like this, a singular gold piece would get you lodging for a month in, like, a kind of okay place.
Okay, I'll give him 2 gold pieces then. And tell him, like, thank you for the information. It rounds my gold value to an even 10 number, so...
Shit.
Yeah, yeah, like, 2 gold is a non-insignificant amount of money.
Right, it's not extravagant, but it's not cheap either.
Right.
Oh, part of the thing is, again, I'm trying to be like a representative of my noble house, and I'm trying to be
respectful,
generous without being like flaunty. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so fucking rich, but I'm also like, hey, I can afford this. Here you go.
Yes. Cool. Yeah. He takes it and
thanks you for the
thanks you.
information.
He says, "Is there any other information that we can provide?"
You may not have any information about this monk that we were searching for, but the monk had also mentioned a certain paladin who may have been of some repute, named Anthar Froom.
He kind of smiles and he says, Froom. Everyone here knows him. He is of the Order of the Gauntlet.
You were correct then. It is probably best that we not search, but go inquire with them as to about the monk and this paladin's whereabouts.
He says, if you are to find him, the best place is a tavern and brewery called a pair of black antlers. That's it. That's the whole name. A pair of black antlers.
Right. I'm just taking notes. Sorry.
No, I just wanted to make sure you understood it's that whole thing.
Right. That's the name
Because it's
of the
fucking
tavern.
weird.
I think it's cool.
It's cool as shit, but it's weird and long and like. Anyway, yeah, he says that is the best place to find him.
Found at the tavern a pair of black antlers. All right, cool. I thank him for his time, and I basically ask him to apologize to the Dryad for us. We did not mean to bring her any undue frustration. And I will.
He kind of chuckles.
him-
He kind of chuckles at that, and he says, "They're fickle. She'll be fine."
I kind of like do that whole like I know the feeling, and I point over my shoulder to Aradune, and I thank him for his time, and I kind of turn around and look at my party, and I kind of raise my hands. I'm like, "Gents, to a pair of black antlers," and walk out, and I kind of like pat Aradune on the shoulder as I'm walking out, and being like, "Chin up, man.
Stab him.
We're on our way."
Stab him in the throat.
Time to get drinks.
Glass of wine doesn't sound bad right about now.
So you guys,
I'm
you guys
hungry.
walk.
hungry?
Yes, I'm always hungry. It's a problem. You guys walk out, kind of look around a little bit, and poke somebody and be like, "Hey, where is this place?" Or the druid may have told you. And you guys make your way over. It is a pretty sizable tavern. You can tell that this is probably one of the nicer ones in the city. That isn't more one of the nicer like public ones that isn't like super high.
Right, it's not a private club, but it's
Yeah.
not like not like a shitty not like a shitty dock tavern in fucking Baldur's Gate.
To give you an idea, it is a golden night here.
What do you got against Dock Taverns in Baldur's Gate?
I don't have anything against them. I'm just saying that the quality is a little better.
I'm pretty sure the
Says
dock
you.
taverns in Baldur's Gate are the ones that you get murdered in. Just
Yeah,
because
I was born in the dock
you're sleeping in the wrong room. That's just how that works. Anyway, so you guys make your way over to a pair of black antlers. Kind of open your way in.
Please tell me the doors are black.
They are not, but there is what would you call it? The stuff around the door,
Like
like
Door
door
frame?
frame. Good lord.
Door frame? It's like wood.
Yes. Yes.
The building.
The actual.
the building.
Yeah, the building. Guys, fuck off. The door frame is black. So you guys walk
it-
in.
decorated with antlers.
It is. It's actually
Right,
it's
nice.
actually carved antlers, kind of
Nice.
all the way up and around it.
So I wonder.
Right.
Hold
So you
on.
guys walk in, and it very much resembles a hunting lodge. When you guys walk in, there's kind of stuffed heads everywhere. Everything from wolves to boars to there's a couple of bears. There's actually a stuffed spider, like a giant spider, on the ceiling. And of course, the most prominent feature is behind the bar. There is what looks to be a great stag, with a massive pair of antlers. They're probably like 5 feet in width.
Are they black?
And they are black.
All right. Guess
So
we
you,
don't have to burn this place down.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys walk in. It's probably a little after midday, 2:00 in the afternoon kind of a thing.
Right.
And it's
Midtown takes some time to walk around and stuff.
and it's there's probably like a dozen and a half people in here. Obviously it's not evening, it's not lunchtime, but it's still like there's a hearty number of people in the place. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go over to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask how much it is for a glass of wine and a meal.
She says, "That'll be 10 silver, lad."
Sure, and I flip her a gold because that's 10 silver.
Oh, right. That does make sense. 2 silver. Sorry, I was trying to think of the yeah, it's 2 silver. Silver for either.
Okay. So, I've got it marked down, but I pull out 2 silver, and I pull out 3, and say thank you, and I'm gonna sit over here, and I say the 3rd silver is to see if you know about the, not necessarily like the whereabouts of, but like basically like what can you tell me about Anthar Froome, like how frequently is he here, could we run into him today, kind of stuff. Like basically I'm telling her we're looking for this guy, and this silver is for you if you can give me any information about it. It's for you, period, but I would like something in return.
She says, Paladin Froome. Yes, it shan't be long. He is in here quite often. I am not sure if he is in the back rooms now or not, but I'm sure you won't have to wait long for him to come out. I'll point him in your direction when I see him.
I was gonna say, like, if you could give me a shout or a signal of some kind, or send him over to our table, I would greatly appreciate that.
She kind of nods.
So what's in the back room?
Harsh tune, what?
So what are in the back rooms?
That's where you get the dances.
Yeah, she says, you must be new. This is...
I am.
You gotta buy a bottle, though.
She says, she kind of looks and, kind of like waits. Kind of like, are you gonna buy something?
Oh,
like kind of gives you that like I'm more than happy to answer your question.
I'll have what are you having? Mulled wine and what are you eating?
I just got a mulled wine and a meal. I didn't specify. I just wanted a meal. Whether it comes out and I get like a leg of mutton, or if I get like a bowl of stew, like whatever. I mainly want the wine.
Special.
She says, the what?
2 hot dogs and a side of chips.
She says,
what are you serving?
She says you can get bread for a copper, or the meal for a silver.
Well, what is the meal? Is it meat? Is it vegetables? What is your meal?
She says it is a game stew.
I'm game for the game. I'll take that.
Take a lap.
She shakes her head and she's like, "Fork it over. 2 silver. Fork it over."
And I'll throw in a 3rd as well, for her having to put up with that pun.
She says, "We rent many of our rooms to businesses, or in this case, the Order. The Order of the Gauntlet often operates out of this building, so we save a room for them."
I appreciate you.
She says, "Of course. And what of the rest of you?"
Well,
I'll take food and a drink and no information, thank you.
yes, I will take food also.
I'll take food and a mead.
Says, ooh.
Food and a mead, and then I'd also like to be pointed in the direction to find alchemical supplies.
She says, there is
Kind of
a.
like chuckling. I'm like, we were just at the apothecary yesterday.
I mean, it would be back to
Is
the.
that what that was?
Yeah,
Yeah, we went.
that's where
and
you
bought
bought all those
potions,
potions. Yeah, you
He's
bought the
gotta think really hard.
you bought the
This is what
potions
happens
from
when
the
you drink too many
apothecary.
potions.
You
Yeah.
know,
You start losing your memory.
fumes. It's the Mad as a Hatter thing. It's
Yeah.
the fumes.
Right.
If
He's
there
dealt with
is-
so many fucking potions that his brains are scrambled.
If you are just trying to like get your generic supplies, you can't
I
have.
just need to buy an alchemist supply.
Yeah, then I mean, if
Exactly.
it's just generic stuff, yeah, you can have got it already,
Appreciate it.
or you can go back and visit again. It doesn't matter. You guys have time.
You can
We
see
have
if the
plenty of
apothecary had
time.
any weird shit for you to buy. Like, what you got in the secret stock, my man?
Weed.
Right? The secret stock.
We have this potion of unknown size.
All right, calm down, Alice.
How big is it?
The potion?
She said.
You'll know.
I heard unknown size.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the potion in and of itself could be ginormous or a little tiny bottle.
Yeah. And
Or
when
it
you,
It's like
be a
comes in
potion
one of
that
those
turns you into
hard
an unknown
margaritas.
size.
it's
Right,
a
those
boot.
Big plastic Las Vegas glasses.
It's one of like the beer stein boots.
Excellent.
Das Boot.
Fucking. What movie was that? It was so goddamn good.
Your
Beer
fest.
fest.
Movie was
Beer Fest.
hilarious.
Yes. Such a good movie.
So, you guys sit down. She brings out your food and drink.
Thank you.
It's a pretty it's a lively crowd, but it is by no means like ruckus. You kind of get the idea that most people here are pretty
Well mannered.
yeah, it's a good way to put it. Well mannered. I mean, there's you know the yip and the yaw every once in a while, but for the most part, like, you know, nobody's gonna get thrown out in a brawl or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, yet.
Right. Like nobody's running around screaming, "Show me your tits!" and like.
Yeah. Yet.
Yeah.
It's two. Remember, it's like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
So, you guys sit, you eat a little bit. The stew's pretty dang good. Again, you guys have been traveling and haven't been in like a major town
Got some good gumbo.
in a while, and it's some pretty good soups. Probably about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes later, a gentleman walks in through the door. He is wearing full plate. He is a dwarf. He has a great sword on his back, and he has a big red beard. Dude's bald, and he has a big red beard.
Big bushy beard.
Yeah, literally. And on either side of him there's a human and maybe a half elf. You're not sure. The both of them are in chainmail, sword and shield, sheathed, and shields on the back. Obviously
Right.
they're not like coming in to fuck stuff up.
Right. I mean, obviously we have all of our weapons sheathed and everything too. I'm not like walking in like, "Hey, give me some food."
I wouldn't put it past you.
Yes.
I am
like
from a
pointing the
very
gun in their face.
respectable house. I have a modicum of decorum.
Yeah, but just a modicum.
It,
Yeah.
Practically.
I mean, I am an intimidator after all.
why are we
like,
talking
I might-
about cum?
I said I think we killed him.
Yeah, like he's like a level 10 paladin, and we're like, we can take him.
I'm actually.
All of us together, maybe.
Hold on, let's see. No, you
Yeah, I
couldn't.
didn't think so.
Not at this level. you'd be hard pressed to get him.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, we're still fucking 4. Jeez.
Challenge accepted. No,
Thought we were all
no.
five.
Have fun rolling a new character, Jeff.
Yeah, smite will literally just kill you. Anyway, so he kind of walks up to the bar, says something to the barmaid, and she kind of motions to your table, and you see him kind of throw down a bag. Couple of you're not sure what's in it. She kind of looks and kind of like exasperated, like, ugh, okay, fine. Like, this isn't the first time. So he
That's what we in the mountains
do I
calls a drug
notice-
deal.
Right? Do I notice her like talking to him and like motioning towards our table?
Yeah.
Okay, then like the moment I see her like motioning towards our table and talking to him, I can reasonably like denote that this guy's probably who we're looking for. So I am going to walk straight up, jut my hand forward, and say, "Anthar Froom, my name is the Butcher."
So you
Pleased
meet.
to meet you.
So for what it's worth, you basically meet him halfway. Like he
Fair
throws that down, and as soon as he does, he spins around and starts walking towards you. Like you're going to get up, and he's already making a beeline towards you guys.
Right. Cool.
He says
Right.
something. He says something to the other two, like, go on. I'm gonna sit down and talk to these gentlemen. And he walks over and he says, "It is good to meet you. I am Anthar Froom of the Order of the
Likewise.
Gauntlet. And you are?"
My name is the Butcher of House Kadaraki.
Eridune.
Fahugelgads?
Okay. He says-
Anyway, I am the Butcher of House Kadaraki.
He says, "Ah, we have a nobleman in our house." He kind of smiles.
I chuckle and I say, "Well, belonging to the house, I don't know if I'd call my position as noble as the ones who lead. Although I do wish to be there one day." And I kind of chuckle, and I say, I motion to the table and I'm like, "Please come sit and join us."
He says, "Don't mind if I do." He comes over, kind of sits down on the table. And he says, "So, what of the rest of you?" And he's looking around like, "You gonna introduce yourselves?"
I did already.
I'm Squidmar.
Eridune.
He did.
Giftig.
And you can just call me Har.
Keljar.
Har.
He says, "Quite a band you've gathered here. I take it your efforts were successful?"
Describe
Not entirely
successful,
as successfully as we would have hoped. There was a group that we had run into when we were ill prepared, and when we had regrouped to try and reface them and gain what information we can from them, they had escaped from under our noses, so to speak. As unfortunate as that may be. We do have some information that we've gathered, but not as much as I had hoped. And I ask who in the party was the one that had kept that like note that had the freighted where did I write that down at? Give me just a second. The freighted, the locale near Atar, and the name Resmir. And I kind of say like, this is the best of the information that we could have gotten. Unfortunately, they had taken most of the things that they had in there to scramble out with them. We aren't entirely sure where this locale of Neratar is, or who this Resmir person is, and all of our search efforts so far in town have not bore much fruit. We've not been searching for terribly long. We've only been here for about a day and a half, but that's all the information we've gathered.
So it's interesting. I believe we can find something with this. I'm sure Leosin would enjoy these little tidbits. The name I recognize. She is a thorn in our side, as it were. Although I'm not familiar with the location. As he's saying this, the barmaid comes over and starts handing out beers to all of you, meads to all of you. And he kind of looks and he kind of does this symbol for like
Another round.
keep it coming.
Right.
And he literally like grabs his beer and downs it and sets it down. Like
I finish my glass of wine and
chugs
I start
it.
on the mead.
Okay.
I don't drink it nearly as fast as he does, but I finish the rest of my wine and pick up the mead and start not nursing it, but
Drinking
take a
it.
drink. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna chug mine. You want me to take a contract for it?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'll
It
match.
depends on how many you try to take down.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was if I start choking on it or if I'm successful next.
No, like
this
it's
is gonna turn into like my dad trying to outdrink a native German. This is gonna be fucking great.
I'm not saying that is exactly what's about to happen, but that is about what's about to happen. Assuming you guys want to try to keep up with him.
I'm not. I know.
Dragon. Let's do it.
I know.
I got
slowly.
nothing else that's going on. I'll do it as well.
He said I'm just waiting for a tailor to finish up, so I'm just gonna chug.
So for the sake of mild expedience, he basically has her keep bringing out drinks for everyone that's drinking. Who's trying to keep up with him?
I'm not keeping up, but I'm continuing to drink.
Okay.
I'm going.
I can breathe air and water, so I'll try and keep up.
I'll also keep up.
Okay.
You got 3 people trying to keep up with him.
Okay. I need the 3 of you guys that are actually trying to keep up to give me con saves.
Good luck, everybody. Don't die.
Squidmar's out.
I'm dead.
Woo!
Okay.
Ooh.
Nat
Way
20
to go,
on that
Hoard.
one.
Way to go, Kelsar. Y'all are fucking kicking it.
Dude, this dude could fit in my stomach.
Oh yeah. So Squidmar, you peter out pretty quick. You keep up to about like 4 or 5 of these, but they're coming faster than you can finish them. Like literally, she's walking away, pouring a beer for another table, and then bringing you guys some more, and then pouring beer for another table, and then bringing you guys more. This whole interaction probably takes about 30 minutes, and you guys probably go through about 10 beers each.
It's so the opposite of real life for me.
Oh yeah, no way. I would be
Yeah, absolutely.
2 in that amount of time. I will be vomiting. So there's that. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
It's happening.
So yeah, so you guys basically are you're still kicking, but you're definitely like getting a little woozy, and he's just kind of laughs, and like you can tell even he is a little off at this point.
He's probably very amused at
Yes,
the two of them who are somewhat managing to keep up with him.
and like he's showing it in the same way that the others are. And he says, he kind of burps and goes, "Ha, you are entertaining. He was right. Oh, go."
Who was right?
Probably Laosin, as
Our,
he's referring
our
to.
mutual friend. He says, "Go get some rest. If you are interested in some more." And he kind of looks around at all of you and he says,
I kind of raise my glass to him when he says it.
"My squad is having training tonight. If you would be interested in some sparring, I'm curious to see what all of you can do."
I like roll my shoulders and I'm like, that's what I was made for.
Yes, I am. I'm ready to fight.
And he kind of gets up, kind of like wobbles a little bit, kind of shakes his head and kind of taps himself on the chest and kind of stretches, and immediately he's back to that like perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Or like he pops his back and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's what I was missing. All right, let's rock and roll."
So he walks over to the three of you guys that were following along, kind of taps you on the shoulders, and you feel a jolt. And basically the immediate effects have gone away. You're tired, but your like drunken state is basically removed. He basically uses his lay on hands to remove the drunkenness.
Very
Nifty.
nice.
But
Kind of rude, but yeah.
but with that being said, like he's also like, if I want you guys to help, like I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna need you tip top, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys basically feel like you had 4 beers instead of 10. A nap will help you get over it, kind of a thing. Like that's kind of where you guys are.
We're basically gonna go take a short rest and then meet up with him wherever he tells us they're doing their sparring.
Basically, that's what he's suggesting. He says, if you are interested, you go get yourself some rest, and he says, I will meet you in the courtyard next to the keep. They'll know to expect you.
Very well.
And you guys are basically like cool, and he kind of tells you like exactly where to go.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's not super hard to find the keep of the like major military presence of the town.
Yeah. So you guys go ahead and decide what you guys want to do. And he kind of stands up and he kind of nods at you and kind of walks away.
Yeah. I kind of like stand up as like a show of respect as he's leaving, and kind of like I don't really salute him, but I kind of do one of those like, you know,
Nods. Yeah.
right, pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for indulging us and helping us with whatever information we have, and tell him that we'll meet him in the courtyard at whatever time he had told us to meet there.
Basically 2 hours, give or take.
Right. So, I ask the barkeeper after Froome has left how much it would be to just like rent a room for like a couple hours just to get like a quick nap in.
She says, your rooms are on the 3rd floor.
Very well. Thank you very much.
And that's it. Like
Are we
doesn't take your gold.
Nothing, right.
Yeah.
Are we staying here?
Yes, Anthar very clearly paid for us to have like room and board here, basically. I'm sure that giant sack that he laid out on the bar when he walked in was probably compensation for rooms and all the drinks that we were just consuming.
And the gold's worth of drink that you guys just consumed.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I tell everybody, like, I go back to the table and I'm like, hey, our rooms are on the 3rd floor. Let's all go take a quick rest, shake off the alcohol, and reconvene to meet him in a couple of hours.
Okay. So are you guys all gonna go up and rest and kick up your feet?
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll just stay down in the bar.
Okay. The rooms are basically, you guys get 3 rooms that are 2 bunk, two separate beds.
Right.
They're pretty big, all things considered. Like, again, this is a keep in the, or a tavern in the middle of the city. You guys have, think kind of modern day hotel room. Like, they're that kind of size. Gotcha. So you guys are like by no means on top of each other. There's a desk in every room, et cetera, et cetera. For those of you guys that go up and lay down, it is uneventful. Giftig, is anybody else staying down, by the way?
How long is it till we go out for the?
In about 2 hours.
About 2 hours.
I'm not gonna go out for 2 hours.
I'm taking a nap. I want to be like, I want to be pristine for this fucking sparring match. Like, this is what I do I need to be on tip top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like being around people, and I'd rather not, but I'm still gonna stick around. Like I said, I'll stick around with like the collective if that's what we're wanting to do. I'm not gonna go be all emo upstairs alone. I can be emo with you guys and ruin your evenings.
We really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So considerate.
Mike, Mike,
You're
if you want me to stop DMing, you can take over. It's fine. I'll leave.
Ugh. You love that.
Personally, as a giant sad sack, I find your character of sad sack or caricature of sad sack offensive.
So I'm doing well then. Is that it?
Yes.
He's just mad because we haven't gotten back to the main game yet.
Yes, the main game.
Oh man. All right, so you guys, rest, hang out, do what you're doing. For those of you that do stay downstairs, you see Leosin kind of come out of the area that Anthar had walked into. Kind of looks over and recognizes you. Comes over. He actually walks up, grabs a drink, comes over. Kind of a goblet of wine, it looks like. He sits down and he says, "Hello, friends. It has been some time."
Yes, it has.
He says, "I see you've made it here. Did my message reach you well?"
The message to come here?
Well, yes, but,
It seems to have met us very well.
Super effective.
He says, "You seem resourceful. I didn't know if you had found some other means. It is of no matter." He says, "You should continue to entertain Froome. He can be boisterous, but he is a man of import. And I believe being on his good side would be useful. I'm sure we will talk soon, but enjoy yourselves. Get some rest. I have a feeling the time here in the future will be interesting." And he kind of nods and says, "But my work never ends." And he kind of says, I must continue my research. I will see you soon."
See you. Have a good time working, I guess, if that's what you do.
He says, "We shall see, shan't we?" And he kind of nods and like downs his glass, sets it down, and waves, and kind of heads out the front door. If you guys are doing anything, cool. If not, cool. Let's take a break.
Oh, okay.
Come back in about 5 minutes or so. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Good 5 minutes.
You
Yeah.
do your thing. No, it's not for you.
Oh.
Can we see like who's in chat here?
Yeah, I don't know who.
I don't have a Twitch account, so I might not even count as like a viewer. But I'm just.
I forget if I think anonymous works.
You can't like chat or whatever. I think.
Right.
You can. It depends. I can like turn stuff off.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. See, if I tried to type in the chat, and it was just like I hit enter, and it was just like, go ahead and join Twitch, so you can do that. Like, it literally won't let me.
So, do we
chat
want?
without being a Twitch member?
I don't mind this streaming on Twitch thing. It's actually kind of fun.
I've done it a couple of times.
Should we make a Total Party Killing It channel? How do you do that?
I mean, I think at this point we can just use mine, and if we want to move it later, that's fine. Or I can change mine. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I was like, it would be easier for people to look up Total Party Killing It. We can use our logo and shit like that. Instead of.
I mean, it's better to link them together.
Yeah, my coworker was like, "What
absolutely.
channel are you guys on?" And I was like, "Oh, Colonel Spike," and he's like, "What the fuck's that?" And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I can look into it. I can make one. It's not a huge deal.
Let's do it. Let's cover our platforms. Anybody want to be in charge of our Twatter account? Anybody want to twat?
How's Mike watching us?
Are we on Twitch?
With a TV, like a monitor? How are you?
I mean, like, how is he? Not
what are
you,
you watching?
motherfucker. T Mike.
Is he watching?
We was talking about our rooms. And
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, I don't know. Fucking stalker. He secretly wants to play that sorcerer with a crossbow.
I mean, I see him in the Train to Zone channel, but is he on like Twitch?
He wouldn't know Colonel Spike over there.
Yeah,
Which
we're all of our viewers, so.
person is Texas Mike in the Twitch chat?
Scream.
Davis,
He's on-
can you see who is watching your stream?
I'm looking. I don't know if I can see it from OBS.
We know it's the 5 of us for sure, or the 4 of us. Are
I'm
you
not
watching
watching on Twitch?
Michael? You're not.
Nah.
Why would I be watching ourselves do this? We're doing it.
I don't know. So it's probably the 4 of us on our work TV, right?
That's pretty funny.
Just trying to get the numbers up, bro.
We did have two more than zero.
We did it. We
That's
did have
nice.
7. Yeah, we had 7 at some point. So there was some extra random person watching. Or
Right as we went to
somebody
break,
knew.
and then they left.
Yep, and then they left. Yeah, and I mean, I'm watching because I want to answer questions in chat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Questions
Yeah.
in chat?
Yeah, man. This dude's talking to us in chat.
Is it
Who?
Evan's cousin?
No, it's one of my coworkers.
Not my. Well, it
followers.
wasn't my cousin. It was my brother-in-law. But I don't know if he knows that.
Are we streaming now, Davis?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. It does all kinds of. Jesus Christ, Chris. What that mouth do?
Horrible.
He's gonna come to the next game with a popsicle.
No, it'll be one of those stupid like anime lollipops.
Like, how come I can't find an emoji for lips or mouth?
Oh well, Twitch has weird
Because-
emojis.
They,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
Twitch
make
is
it for
Twitch isn't
people
like
like
normal
doing it.
stuff.
They don't want you being able to do stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You
gotta
gotta
know the
pay
culture,
money.
like-
You gotta pay money for emotes.
Same
and
with Discord.
emojis.
Yeah,
or like
hot-
follow other channels.
Yeah, are we gonna hot tub stream or do you just want me to get an inflatable pool?
I thought we were going over Doug's to do that.
Yeah, well, I was in a hot tub, yeah. I mean, but if I just get an inflatable pool and put it in my floor back here, I can just play in the pool.
Just in
topless.
the house.
Yeah, I mean, and then
man.
I can put a sign up that says like 1 like, and I'll like change into my my unmentionables.
Your speedo.
Yeah, I'll change into a different speedo for 1 like. I got to start low. 99.
I promise you, your coworkers would give you one of those just to torment us.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
would
probably.
totally. But I mean, motherfuckers be liking them inflatable bathtubs, people. It's
Oh.
like the #1 fucking stream.
Are we gonna turn into like Ethot's selling bath water for $1?
Hell yeah.
Turn into.
And we're Wonder Twins. Shape of and form of. That's us.
I'm just waiting for 2 people to die to come back as the Light Monk and Shadow Monk Dragonborn brothers.
You mean Double Dragon?
Yeah.
Yes, the double
He
dragon.
means the double dragon. Take that, then. Oh, don't say the word.
What, ninja?
No. No. Ninten.
Oh yeah, the
Can we not say that word?
No.
Oh,
No,
I
but
don't
do
know.
you?
All right.
Sounds like a quick way to get shut down.
Alright,
So,
that's scary. That's
so
scary.
anyway,
Worst 5 minutes ever.
you're the worst 5 minutes ever.
You're the worst, but no.
That's what she said.
It's also been
Moving
like
on.
10, but whatever. So you guys obviously managed to deal with Senior Froome. And I realized that I had pulled up a handout of him and never actually showed you guys because I'm bad at this. So this is what he looks like.
Oh,
yeah, that's a nice beard.
yeah, that's glorious.
Is he a dwarf?
Yes.
Yeah,
he
he said
when
that.
He
he
is. Yeah, that's
said
right.
that.
He did. Yeah, yeah.
I feel
loved
like you
it.
painted a
His,
very
like-
good imaginary picture of him with your
Oh,
words.
totally. I did
yeah, that's
imagine his
exactly what I
armor
thought.
to be a little bit more goldish tinge
Fancy, yeah.
than.
I
Yeah,
like the
I mean,
spurs
it's
on the
still
back
good.
on the bottom of his boots.
One thing that I did not point out, his right hand is colored.
Has a very different gauntlet, right?
Yeah, it's colored like the hand of Torm.
Gotcha.
Ooh, that's fancy. I'm gonna start doing that on my characters.
So you said he was carrying a greatsword, but I'm guessing he was just carrying a regular person's longsword.
Shut the hell up. That's great.
Dwarves are like normal
They're
people.
They're medium-sized
They're normal
creatures,
sized. They're 5 foot plus.
They should be as tall as they are wide.
Yeah, they're just big.
5 foot tall, 5 foot wide.
hippo.
Shoulder, yeah.
That's how I like my dwarf women.
And valley girls.
5 foot tall and 5 foot wide.
Or like a hippo.
with Australian accents.
All
So
of
what
this
you
is
really
yes.
like is, well, what's that fucking girl's name from
Honey Boo
Willy Wonka?
Oh,
The girl that
Oh.
blows up like a blueberry. It's like
Veronica
Veruca Salt?
Veruca Salt.
No,
No.
no. Veruca
no,
Salt
no.
was the spoiled girl who
You're
wanted
turning
to go to
Violet.
the-
Violet.
Yeah, Violet.
Yeah.
Violet Beauregard.
Violet
Oh
Beauregard.
my
Thank
God,
you.
Well done.
Wow.
The only thing that came to my mind was
y'all are a
Violet
bunch of fucking
Evergarden, but I was like,
nerds.
that's an anime.
Dude, Willy Wonka was one of the best damn shows on TV. What are you talking about?
You mean movie?
Yeah, what? You know what I mean.
But yeah, I agree. It was one of the best movies of all time. They literally made that movie to fuck with anyone who wasn't Gene Wilder. Like, they didn't tell half of the cast about half of the things that went on in that movie. They were just like, go follow Gene Wilder and act. Just do your thing.
Just go with it. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Like, the tunnel scene, completely, not improvised, but nobody knew what was going on except for Gene Wilder in the tunnel scene. Nobody knew what was going to happen when Gene Wilder walked out of the factory. None of them met him at all. That scene where they filmed him coming out was the first time that like the entire cast had even met Gene Wilder. So like when he fell
That's
down
so
and
wild.
like tumbled, like none of them knew what the fuck was going on. So when he
Wilder,
fell, they were
great.
like, "Oh my god, he hurt himself!" And then he tumbles up, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" Like that was all real.
Great
Just like
fucking
in the
movie.
script.
Great movie. Good job,
Yeah.
Gene Wilder.
Brilliant fucking movie. That's
See,
two of
I
my
think we
all-time
should put
favorite
that on a
movies that both
t-shirt.
have Gene Wilder.
Good job, Gene Wilder. That just
Shit.
needs to be on a t-shirt.
Now
right
we're up to
there.
8 views. Who got their sister to watch?
Gene Wilder's on now.
It's Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Oh, God.
It's
Oh,
the
God.
date of Gene Wilder. Is he?
If you
no,
say his
he
name
passed,
like
right?
20 times, he comes back from the dead.
If only it went that
okay,
way.
yeah,
But
I'll
Gene
take it.
Wilder's
Gene Wilder,
awesome.
Gene Wilder, Gene Wilder, Gene Wilder.
Right? I'll just start chanting
Oh,
as much.
he
as
died
I
again.
can.
Sorry.
Somebody joined. It was like, this fucking thing sucks.
Yoicks.
What the fuck D&D is this?
Talking
There's a whole
about.
bunch of people talking about Gene Wilder. What
welcome,
is that?
welcome to the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. This is now
Yep.
Willy Wonka of the Chocolate Factory. Good luck.
Let's go beat that.
Welcome to Hoard of the Gene Wilder.
I mean, that
Valid
Or
would be
advance.
Gene and Wild.
D&D game. See if you survive the Oompa Loompas.
Shit,
Oh my
yeah.
god, that'd be terrifying.
It'd be
That'd be
like
like a fucking horror survival
They'd
tabletop
be like, well,
game.
they had to return to Castle Greyhawk where they had like gummy bears and shit in it you had to fight.
I honestly think that would make for a really fun, terrifying tabletop RPG, is like a survival game where you have to just like outwit and outlast the Oompa Loompas and all the crazy ass candy traps and shit that Willy Wonka has in his factory.
That would be kind of fun.
Get to writing.
Yeah, get to writing.
I'm gonna copyright that right now. I'm gonna do a
Get
poor
it.
man's copyright. I'm gonna write a little note and mail it to myself.
We made. Yeah. All right, sorry, disrupted. Carry on.
Derailing everything. So anyway,
Yep.
your time
Damn
comes.
Eugene Wilder.
I was literally just gonna say Gene Wilder. Go ahead.
So your time comes and goes for hanging
Right.
out, not doing anything.
We take our rest and everything, and then like I wake up and I'm like, I wouldn't say that I'm rambunctious, but I am so pumped to join this sparring match that like I come out of my room and I'm like run around the bar like hoo, 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 fucking like running up to people and like grabbing them by the shoulders like, are you fucking ready for this shit? Let's go. I'm pumped. I'm gonna go show off my skills. Like let's do this. I'm so psyched.
Nice. All right. Well, presumably all of you guys make your way kind of out and over towards
Rear of the gauntlet keep.
the place that you're going to, the training yard. Nice. And you find that there's probably about 20 kind of guards here. Gauntlet members, I guess, is maybe a better way to put it. They kind of see you guys. Froome is there, kind of doling out instructions. Sees you guys and hello, welcome. I'm glad you could come. Shall we have some fun? Kind of
Pleased to be here.
big smile
I'm
on his
anxious,
face.
and I kind of pat the hilt of my sword on my back, and I'm like, the cleaver and I are ready for some training, some sparring.
Good. I'm sure some of my scouts would enjoy. Sorry, some of my squires would enjoy seeing what you all are capable of.
Like, I very full of bravado kind of stand there, and like after he says that I kind of chuckle. I'm like, haha, so who's first? And I kind of like start pointing at them. I'm like, is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Who am I fighting first? Like, bring it on. Like I am like eager, very, very eager to like show off and you know, be the big beefy boy.
Well, how about first, let's have a different kind of competition.
Very well.
and
What do you have in mind?
He kind of points out over at their archery range, and he says, "Let us see who can shoot the best." And he calls out a couple of names. I have none off the top of my head, so you're gonna have to deal with it.
Backtar.
Bob and Gary.
I was gonna say
Bob,
like
Gary,
Gene Wilder.
Greg, Gene.
Wilder.
We have Gene and Mel and Harold
Yep,
and
yep,
Peter.
yep. Gene, Meld, and Harold. Calls them over, and he says, "These are my 3 best archers. Do you care to test your skill against them?"
Who's
Who's our best archer?
I
Is it
say I
me?
kind of chuckle and say like archery isn't my strong suit, but I am more than willing to give it a shot.
What of the rest of you? Surely you wish to participate?
Sure.
Don't call me Shirley. But yes.
I have a short bow in my inventory. I'm ready for this.
I don't have a bow at all.
So
I'm
I mean,
sure they have
yeah,
some
they
there,
they will
obviously, but, like,
provide
yeah.
them. So who all
I got a
is?
crossbow. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Cross.
Yeah, I'll participate.
Yeah, I'll
Still
do it
counts.
too. Fuck it.
Stakes are pretty low. I mean, you know what?
Yeah,
So
nothing's like at risk other than pride at this point.
so I need I need you to. I just saw that message. Mike, you need
Yeah.
you need to go to work and comp something for him.
What the fuck?
Right. So you guys make your way over to the bar, and you find Jesus Christ. You
I know
guys.
what you mean. There's like a table
do?
set up with like.
No, I
with,
literally
like,
was thinking the bar, like Mike's work, not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just posted.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
job, Devin. Thanks.
So you guys make your way over to essentially the shooting line. It's a basically a 20-yard shot, so about 60 feet.
Okay.
And they have basically bows lined up. If you are proficient in them, obviously you get to add all of your modifiers plus your dex.
Does it have to be dex, or can you use strength for like
you
a
cannot
longbow?
Pretty sure it's gotta
you
be
cannot
dex.
use strength.
compound
It is-
bows?
They don't.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I still have a couple points worth of dex.
I guess unless you want to throw the bow down the range.
Yeah, I mean you can just throw the bow.
Can I
Smash
use
someone in the
throwing?
face with
Can I
a
use a
bell.
throwing axe? Like I ask him if I can use a throwing axe instead of a bow.
He says that is next. Come now.
So I was like, I jest, and I pick up the bow and I take a shot. So I need to roll a d20 plus 4 because that's my dex and my proficiency bonus. So
Yeah, let's get it. Everybody who's making a shot, get it in here. Okay,
I got a 17.
All right, Squidmar, you pull out a 15. Not bad.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna look at the bow. Then I'm gonna look at the target. And I'm gonna acid splash the target. Oh, I can't work because it's not a. Oh, it's not
I know. I was
Damn
gonna
it.
go up there and be all.
Oh.
I was gonna be up there and be all slick and magic missile motherfuckers. Like,
I mean, you can magic missile it.
I can. It has to be
Yeah.
a person. It has to be a creature, not an object.
Oh, that sucks. Never mind that. I thought you
Yeah.
totally could.
No,
Yeah.
And I
No, here's
don't-
what you do.
I don't
Since
have
mage,
firebolt either. So
Since
you know.
Mage Hand is invisible, you just use Mage Hand to carry the arrow to the target and stick it in.
Mage hand isn't invisible.
I thought it was.
Ah.
Or is it
Just
only
do
like
it anyway.
there's a certain? What I'm thinking
Oh,
of is
things,
there's a
things
certain
just got
race.
awkward. Now
There's a certain
everyone
race
sees
that has the
mage
invisible
hand.
Mage Hand thing.
I think it also
Arrow
might be a
really
feat.
slowly.
I think it might be. I think your telekinesis thing.
Yeah, I think it is too. Actually, I think that's something I saw.
Boo.
Yeah.
I'll slot
Yeah,
for
I
that
can,
joke.
I can make an
Yeah,
invisible
yeah, it
spectral
says yours
hand.
is invisible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says you know the Mage Hand cantrip. You can cast it without verbal or somatic components either. So like nobody knows you're casting it basically,
Yeah,
and you can.
That's nasty.
I'm
Yeah, so
gonna
you-
I'm gonna do that. I like where he went with it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull a Robin
Oh my
Hood with
God.
it too. Just right in the
Like
middle.
Men in
split the
Tights,
arrow.
where it like goes around and then through the audience.
Hey, if
Another
that's, if
great
that's what
movie.
needs to happen.
Another great movie. Also another Mel Brooks film.
That's right.
He was a genius, yeah.
He was
yes.
a fucking genius.
Was.
I mean,
think
he
he is
is
a
still
genius.
alive. He's
Is he-
still
He
alive.
just
He
hasn't
doesn't
been
do
used
all
yet
the
forever.
He's still there. He just had like his 90th birthday or something here lately.
That's it.
No, I
really
think he had
assumed
his
Mel Brooks
90th
was
birthday
100.
20 years ago.
Yeah, I think so too.
No.
Is he still alive for real?
He's still
Yes,
making
he
He
is.
is,
stuff.
for real.
He is.
He just had a birthday.
I'm gonna check him out and see if he's on OnlyFans. I'll be right back.
Mel Brooks. Yeah, he does not say anything about his death. It says he was born June 28th.
He's alive.
He
He
actually,
just had a
he
birthday.
actually just
June.
celebrated a birthday.
What is
Yeah.
he?
I'm telling you guys.
I'm gonna send him a fucking card. The dude's been alive since I've been alive, obviously, but
I've been alive since you've been alive.
that was some
I'm
some
alive right now.
fraction math right
He
there.
was
bro.
born in 1926.
Lord.
So in
So he's
4 years, he'll
97,
be
man.
100.
96.
Yeah, 96. Jeez, good job, Mel Brooks. We appreciate you.
So, you guys come and, most of you shoot pretty well. Keljar,
Got 17 and
unsurprisingly.
18 and a 19 in there.
Yeah. Keljar, you're not really an archer, so your shooting is not great. You hit the target, But
Ooh.
Wow. With that being said, your friends though, your competition does not do great. There's a solid 15 in there. He lands a pretty good shot, probably the yellow. But the other two, not so much. One of them, literally, the arrow breaks when he shoots it.
Tough.
Wait, so we're supposed to be helping these guys?
And that's their guys. The arrow's breaking.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, these disappointments. I'm gonna find a new group.
Yeah, one of the guys literally goes to shoot it, and the arrow snaps.
They need our help, obviously.
Well, you
The
can.
problem is he was too strong, and he held the arrow with the front hand too hard, so when he released, the string snapped the arrow.
And to get it with his,
It's a rookie mistake.
his
You
good
gotta know your own
hands.
strength.
He let go of the front hand instead of the back hand.
Just fell.
Rod comes back, hits him in the face.
Right.
Drops the arrow and fires himself out of the bow.
That's good.
So yeah, you guys definitely show up and like y'all do some pretty good shots here. Kind of show him up, and he's like, I'm impressed. For a group of non-archers, your archery skills are not bad.
I'm gonna ask him, was his group a group of archers?
He says they trained for it, and clearly they need to keep training. Kind of smiles and like
Chuckle when he says that for sure.
like everybody has bad days, but again
Yeah.
they're guards. They're not really like super badasses.
He's gonna go all North Korean on him when we leave and kill them all.
No,
He's gonna put him in the. He's gonna say 10 weeks dungeon.
yeah. So the guy that broke his arrow, he's like, hold on, kind of picks it up, pulls it, takes it another
Glues
shot.
it back together.
No, he grabs another arrow, shoots it, lands a pretty decent shot, hits about in the yellow again, and is like, okay, cool. Like I wasn't a fucking. I'm not terrible. So they
It's cute.
So he kind of nods and he goes, so, you wish to try these axes then, yes?
Yes.
Very well. Axes.
Okay.
Axes it is.
So, throwing axes, for those of you interested, that is strength. Same deal. Anyone interested in doing it, go for it.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Do you need us?
No.
Ooh.
Oh.
Damn, gifting. No.
I didn't roll terrible, but I didn't roll great.
Do I get more than one axe?
I mean, you can throw another one, but you did.
Ah!
Bro, that was
I
like
dropped-
real
I
life
dropped-
axe throwing, Jeff.
Yeah,
I dropped the
that's-
third one. I'm like, I'm not even. I'm not
That's
gonna. Mm-mm.
Throw him
Yeah.
in the bushes. It's fine.
Yeah, I was bad at axe throwing when I went.
No, see,
That's
Squidmar, you went
deja
to
vu.
throw it, and like when you reeled back to throw, you just let go and it flew.
No,
backward.
that was the 5s that were rolled.
Fair enough.
Those are you threw it at the target, and by at the target I mean it went in the general direction. Squidmar, yours just doesn't land. It hits on basically like the butt of the axe instead of the handle. So close, but like just a bad throw. Butcher, you land a solid hit. It's in the target area.
Right.
But Giftig, you put it right in the middle. Like you throw this thing and it just bam. And everybody's like, oh, whoa.
We're all standing there with our eyes wide,
So-
like, damn, dude.
Yeah. So he's standing there and he goes, and he's like, well, I'm going to take mine then. And he grabs one and throws it. And he hits, he lands it it's a solid hit, but he kind of looks at it and he goes, "Seems I've been bested." Kind of laughs, and he's just like, "Good, good." You know, you can tell he is very much enjoying this. And he goes, "Well, as fun as these games are, how about some sparring?"
Kind of roll my shoulders again, and I'm like, "This is more my speed."
So, for those
At
of you,
that point, when I say it's more my speed, sorry to interrupt, I unsheath my sword from my back and kind of put it and since it's a big flat blade, I put the tip of the flat against the ground, and I kind of like lean on it, and I'm like, "I'm ready."
so anyone interested, this is a strength contest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll get beat
I
up.
will sit this one out. I'm gonna go sit down and start drawing and writing in my notebook.
Okay.
Like in real life, or
Yes.
Yep. So you are, for what it's worth, you guys are sparring against the other, the guardsmen.
Oh. That's not it. Whatever it is, add 3 to it.
Okay.
Don't add 3 to it. I get to roll again. Golly, man. What's up?
I'm gonna give myself bardic inspiration.
Very good, very good.
Kind of cheering yourself up a little bit.
Uh,
I'm
Intimidate my partner. Oh, with a 6. Perfect.
moving over to
Well done.
Belgium. I'm like, this is embarrassing.
Harsh Tune, you are handily whooped.
yeah. Oh, I know. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
shouldn't be.
There
I shouldn't be.
Very nice. Very nice. Tries to intimidate him, and then he just fucking gets knocked on his ass.
Well, I also failed at intimidating, so then I just got whipped over the shoulder into a
Right?
fucking.
Oh man, Har, you
Oh,
didn't do too
no.
much better. All right, here goes mine.
There you go.
Okay.
Some
Squidmar.
of us aren't all talk.
Squidmar, unsurprisingly, it's not as handily of a whoop down as you would have expected given your role, but you were certainly bested. Butcher, you actually are beat.
Oh, come the fuck on.
I rolled a 22.
Come on.
These
I
guys.
think I was gonna golf clap. No thanks. This is an embarrassment.
But it wasn't like
no.
a stomp. Like I was.
No, it
I
was
just edged out.
that one was more of an impressive duel, and he just got the upper hand.
Right.
And lastly, Giftig, you too are shown up by these guys. You can tell that perhaps it is something to do with their. They've been out here all day. They're in the zone, and you guys maybe just haven't turned on yet.
So these guys, they weren't focusing on archery, but they were definitely into the wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I say, wait until you're really in war. Rules are for children. Once you're in war, the only crime is to lose.
I kind of look at him and I'm like,
The guy that's fighting
I'm an
you,
intimidator, and that was pretty brutal.
the guy that's fighting you, literally is like, "Okay, let's go again."
I was like, he looked that shit up online.
He's gonna rage, so he's got proficiency in strength throws.
Yeah, he gets a bonus.
Right.
So
Or
you
advantage.
Get-
guys fight?
Raging gives you advantage on strength
Yeah.
contests.
Giftig, are you doing it again?
Yeah.
All right, hit it.
Go.
You clearly are not good at wrestling.
I also say that I want to another go. I kind of after
Okay.
kneeling for a little bit. I'm like, all right, let's rock again.
Okay.
And then did worse than my first one, of course. Not terrible.
Once
but-
again, I literally beat you by 1.
motherfucker. So I'm like each time I'm just kind of sitting there so close. I need to sit and watch for another second, and then I'll be ready for another match.
Oh
And
no,
it-
I'm gonna nudge Eridoon. I'm gonna heckle him like the old Muppets in the Muppet show.
Like Statler and
Yelling out.
Waldorf.
Yeah, I'm gonna be yelling out at them. Maybe y'all will enjoy it better if you're all oiled up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of giving a chuckle and then immediately cutting that chuckle off. Like, ah!
Nice.
Very, very nice.
Yeah. Can't be having fun. Gotta be a fun snatcher.
So he
If you'd like to wrestle me, I'm truly terrible at this.
do it. I want to see Giftig lose to Squidmar. Do it.
Oh hell yeah!
Come on, Squidmar and Giftig. Roll them out. See who wins.
Yeah, sure.
There's my intimidation.
Nice.
Okay.
Get ready for the strength. Yes.
You get.
I just pictured that as like Giftig just doing the like hand on the forehead thing, and Squidmar is just sitting there like.
Oh,
See, Squidmar's moist, so that's why he did better.
Yeah, I'm slippery. It makes it harder.
Moist.
I definitely got it as him just like walking up and just like grabbing him by the arms and just like picking him up and throwing him. Just like
whipping me
nope.
around over his head like a wet towel.
Just like get out of here.
Oh man. So you guys basically get your wrestles on. It was massively successful. It was fun. You guys got a workout in. So with that being said, basically Onthark comes up and he says, I'm impressed. You are an interesting bunch. We shall speak soon.
Very well.
And he kind of, at this point, he kind of starts basically to rally his guys. You know, his the kind of the training is over for the day. And he kind of says, "I appreciate it." He kind of basically doesn't tell you to leave, but you kind of are like, "All right, cool, it's time to go, guys."
Right, they're getting ready to go in and get their meal and their rest and whatnot.
Yep.
I kind of say the same. I'm like, like, hey guys, let's leave them to their barracks and we'll go back to our tavern and get ourselves a meal and a drink after all this exercise that we've put in for the day.
So you guys head back. You get a good seat. A little while later, a squire comes up, and he says, "Lords, I've been sent to fetch you."
Very well. Let us gather our things and we will be with you.
He says, "Come right this way." And he basically walks you to the one of the private rooms in the tavern. Froom Squire shows you a private space off of the tavern's common rooms and closes the door when he leaves. Waiting for you in the room are the broad-shouldered human paladin, the monk Laosin, and many pitchers of dark red wine. Oh, I guess he's human. That's dumb. He's a dwarf.
Fair enough.
Typo.
The broad-shouldered dwarf paladin, the monk Laosin, and many pitchers of dark red wine. The paladin's face wears a serious expression, unlike its usual open countenance. "My friends, we have important business to discuss. At this point, you know almost as much as we do. And thanks to you, we know twice as much today as we did a 10-day ago. Something rotten is afoot. We have no formal organization to oppose these rascals. Not yet, anyway. We are working on that." And
when he says they're working on that,
I was like, did you have a
Sorry.
stroke?
I literally lost my place.
It's like, get your own excuse, bro.
I mean, if he does kind of like offer a break there after
He
saying that,
he doesn't, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Never mind.
I'm bad, and I literally lost my place in reading. He says,
all
and
good.
we need people like you who know when and how to fight. And know when to keep their heads down and to observe. We can't promise you anything except for long days filled with danger and stress. What could be better than that, eh?
I kind of like raise my head and I'm like, I've never been one to shy away from a challenge.
This is good. And what of the rest of you?
I am down to send these bastard dragons back into the ground.
Yes. I don't know if we watch the same show of prowess, but I will stick with them either way.
By
beats chicken
Morden's
farming.
malice, I will go with these men.
He says, good. I'm sure many of you have heard of the Order of the Gauntlet. Not many haven't. But fewer have heard the truth of the other group that is Harpers. There we go. But fewer have probably heard of the Harpers and what exactly they do. For what you need to know, they are information gatherers. With that being said, we believe, with us working together, and your ability to, well, get things done, we can make this work, and we can figure out what they're up to, where they're going, and how to stop them. If any of you are interested, we would welcome you with open arms into the Order. But I understand if you have your own allegiances. And I'm sure that Leosin feels similarly about the Harpers.
When they tell us that, I say that my first allegiance will always be my house, but I am willing to work as an emissary of my house, basically, for the Gauntlet. Like, I will be a member of the Gauntlet as an emissary for House. Fucking, I can't remember what I said before. Was it like Kundarak or something like that?
You should write that down.
Probably should. I'm gonna say
Should
it's
suck a dick too, but here we are.
Decide what.
Kundarak. There we go. Kundarak. Sounds dragonish.
So, Leosin basically chimes in and says, well, what we know thus far. Historically, the cult has been more interested in raising dragons than paying homage to living ones. Their shift is interesting. It's new. And it is dangerous.
It's a very good point. When we were in that cave, we found the information, and we actually had found, was it 2 dragon eggs?
That's all. That's all you found. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it was only 2.
Right. That's all that we knew of. So I basically told them that, like, we found 2 dragon eggs in this cave that the cult had been in. We did destroy those, right?
Nope.
No,
Oh,
we
I thought
didn't.
we did.
I really wanted to, but
No,
we
they
did
were
not.
gone. Well, we didn't even go check, honestly, did
No,
we?
we
No,
did.
we
just
walked away.
Yeah, we
Checked
went
the thing with the carpet, got sucker punched or whatever, and
Okay,
then kind of just said, whatever, what eggs?
I don't mention anything that we did or didn't do with the eggs. I basically just say that we had found some eggs.
Okay.
And, like, basically, I'm basically agreeing with him and saying that, like, yes, I understand that that's what they're doing because we saw it firsthand.
He says, and on top of this, it is not often that they work in such a group. To be this organized is odd. Usually it is outliers at most.
It was a very big camp that we had infiltrated.
But to attack a town? That
Very
is
big indeed.
That is unlike them.
Yes, there's something far more sinister that is organizing these cultists, and that is definitely cause for concern.
I'm gonna share with him the conversation I had with the original dragon.
Okay. Do you remember what that conversation was?
Yeah, that
It was
basically the
just looking
dragon
to
didn't
destroy,
have any
right?
control over what he was doing, and that he was working for a higher power, but he wasn't able to disclose who. And so, whatever is doing this has the power to control an adult dragon.
Or influence.
Right.
Yeah. You didn't necessarily get the idea that he was being controlled so much as coerced.
Yeah, well, yeah, he said that he
We've
couldn't
got
go
your
against
family
his master.
captive.
Right. Yes. But it was more of a I can't go against him because I don't want to die, not I can't go against him because I am physically unable.
True.
For what I wanted to clear that up because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But yeah, it was very much like I was told to do this by someone who has the authority to tell me to do this, so I'm doing it. So they kind of. It is as we feared. They do have something or someone of great importance at the bottom of this.
Indeed. I do definitely think that we should put more effort into finding out more about this place, Neritar, and this person, Resmir. I think those being our biggest leads would be wise to put some sort of effort into finding out more about these things.
Resmir is one of the cult leaders. She is a dangerous half-dragon who seems bent on the destruction of the world as far as we can tell.
We had actually fought a half-dragon in their cave fortress south of Greenest. His name was Langdedrosa.
Langdedrosa, yes. I am familiar with him.
He was not easy to take down, I can attest to that. So if this Resmir is worse than he is, I am...
He was strong, but he was simply a pawn in their game. He had no true power in the cult.
Then it is decent enough to say that we should make wise decisions when we come to make a plan on how to deal with this Resmir then.
Well, the information that we do have shows that they are traveling to the north. And this Nertar, or what may be it, is seemingly somewhere up there. We have not yet ascertained the location, but it is likely that it is in that direction. The mission, as it could be called, is for you to follow these caravans. Go with them. Try to find information. From what we have gathered and the information that we understand is that they will almost certainly be traveling along the trade way. It leaves from Baldur's Gate and goes north.
Is that this dotted line over here?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the coastway, and I think that's part of the trade way. I think it's all one big one, if memory serves.
Right.
The trade way basically is, if you can see the map, like here. Let me see if I can.
I thought Baldur's Gate was on.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate's over here. But the trade way is technically here, and it meets up kind of
Up
to
there,
the north
yeah.
a little bit, yeah. Anyway, he says they are likely going to meet through Baldur's Gate, as it is a large town, as I'm sure many of you know. It is easy to get lost in there, find information and supplies, and None will question you as long as you do not make too much of a movement. With that being said, there are ways that we can get there, or that we can send you there. There is the Kyathon River that we are right next to. There is a boat that we can have ready as soon as tomorrow. If you wish to take that,
I do think the boat would be faster than our horses.
he says,
Boat. Now we're talking.
he says much. It will be about a three-day travel. The alternative would be at least twice that, if not longer. We believe.
Well, the boats should be then.
We believe that the group heading through and leaving should be there in no less than a month. The best idea would be to find it and join one of these caravans. Many of them will take on guards or passengers. It is a good idea to do that.
That is definitely something we would be capable of. Acting as guards for a caravan would be a wise decision, as to not only travel but also to blend in to gather information.
He says, after that, you should go with them and travel as far as need. You will find information.
So we're joining a caravan.
What happened to the boat idea? I like the boat.
We're gonna take the boat to Baldur's Gate, and then when we get to
Oh,
Baldur's Gate, we are going to try to join a caravan that's going north, where the dragon cult is kind of going, and try to gather information about them as we're traveling with the caravans to meet up with wherever these caravans of the dragon cult are going. So we're gonna try and
Alright.
blend in, by kind of thing with these caravans until we can figure out more information about what's going on with them to report back to the Harpers and the Gauntlet.
Fair. Okay.
Go.
How do you wish us to report back?
Said, we will be in contact. The Harpers have eyes and ears everywhere. We will make our presence known.
Very well.
Very well.
Also, there is often, in many of the more major towns, the Gauntlet or the Enclave can likely send messages as well. Baldur's Gate is sure to have some small
Just
amounts,
either.
while the northern cities of Waterdeep and Neverwinter also will have the ability to do so.
Okay. So when do we head out with this caravan so I can regret every moment of my life?
The caravan will be some.
Harsh.
The caravan may be some weeks, but
Okay.
you should leave as
Well-
soon as ready so you do not miss them.
Tomorrow morning it is then. When you've got the boat ready, we shall
Joy.
embark.
Is my jacket done?
It is not.
Oh, well.
Gentlemen, we can't leave this, or if you want, I can catch up, but...
Okay, bye.
Can you ask them to go to the tailor and ask the tailor to have it delivered to Ontharr Froom under your name and have them keep it for you?
You guys can also just wait an extra day.
Yeah, doesn't
yeah,
sound
we
like
can.
they're in a hurry.
Yeah.
No.
They're not telling
Said
you.
they ca-
They're not telling you the boat is leaving tomorrow. They said they can have it ready tomorrow.
Okay, then we would basically tell them like we have a little bit more to do around town tomorrow, but the day after would be our prime time to leave then by boat.
That sounds good, my friends. I'm sure we can arrange this. And if you are interested in more training, I'm sure that I could scrounge up some tasks for us. Kind of smiles.
I could use some
Side
more.
quest,
I didn't
side
like the
quest,
way
side
that
quest.
that some of that turned out.
No, he's literally saying if you want to come spar some more, he would be more
Yeah.
than happy to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or drinking.
I think
Or
that
horseback
I can,
riding.
I could probably give more. I don't like losing.
He says, you are right for this job then, my good sir.
Still not happening.
No, you came prepared. I'm giving you advantage
Got
on
you.
that one. Yeah, nice.
Oh, yes.
Nailed it.
Very good.
Oh, man.
Good thing we're not in real combat.
I know.
I mean, like, 2 more weeks and we'll start fighting stuff again, guys. You're almost there.
Will we be level 5?
No.
We'll be level 6.
But in 4 weeks,
Nice.
we'll probably be level 5.
You guys probably have a solid month before you're level 5.
And that makes sense. That checks out.
Jeez, it's a hell level.
That sounds like a Davis game.
Like a Jeff game.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
appreciate it. I really do.
I'm sorry that I'm actually trying to role play this out and have a little bit of fun with these characters and these
So are
places.
we.
Like it?
I'm enjoying
it.
this emo fuck. I might not even change seasons. I don't know.
So, with that being said, we are actually just hit a little over 2 hours. So with that being said, if you guys would like, we will kind of speed this along a little bit. And you guys make it to Baldur's Gate. It's totally uneventful. And I think it would be actually a really good place to start next week. Basically with you guys getting off the boat into Baldur's Gate.
Sounds good. Davis,
Don't-
I want to say I spent the whole time making fish hooks, though.
Like on the boat?
On the boat, yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird hobby.
Okay.
No, remember, I'm a forge cleric, so I'm all into, like, crafting.
Oh yeah. Don't forget, I won't be here next week. Got a wedding.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I didn't make plans on a day we already had a game. Somebody else made plans for me.
I was gonna say for the one who's always harping about people having plans on the day that we're playing.
Yeah.
If at all possible, before we leave, I would like to try and send some form of courier or word forward to Baldur's Gate to whatever embassy or presence my house has in Baldur's Gate to try and acquire like a lodging for us while we're in Baldur's Gate, assuming that there is a decent Lord's Alliance presence to have.
Oh, yeah,
a
sure.
representative, right?
For what it's worth, unless you want to spend like a non-insignificant amount of money to kind of rush your message, you guys will get there quicker than anybody else. Any kind of messenger would.
Fair enough. And I'll just
Yeah.
make contact with the house once
Yeah.
we get to Baldur's Gate.
And like you know like Baldur's Gate, Water's Deep, Neverwinter, like those cities will have, you guys will be able to get lodging there. Like you know it will be a non-issue.
I know that I kind of invented this nightly order I'm part of, but do they have a hostel there? I can send you all the information. I have actually done a lot of work since we started.
No, that's fine. I mean, yeah, totally. Like, and on top of that, just like with your priesthood of the forge, like many blacksmiths, knowing what you are, like they have any blacksmith worth their salt knows of you guys, and almost certainly would be like, yeah, sure, like they'll give you a bed and food or whatever.
Right, because it brings good fortune about to their
totally.
Their smithery.
But with that
And
being
I help out.
but with that being said, you also have a person of noble lineage who is offering to get you a place to stay as well, if you would like to stay there. So
Yeah, because there's 2 Lord's Alliance members in this party, so.
yeah, so between the two of you guys, you no problem will have trouble finding a place to stay.
Right.
Excellent. I thought I just might do it to, connect with my people.
Sure, and that's that's
absolutely.
that's
perfectly fine.
that's
Like,
totally
if that's the role
legit.
play, that's perfect.
Go sleep in the mud, peasant.
No, I mean, like I said, I'm a cleric. I follow a higher calling, and it's really more about the craft, the process.
So what you're telling me is that you are more inclined to sleep on a bed of coals?
No, I forge things in the bed of coals.
Come on.
Babies, you forge babies.
No.
Awful. We're done here.
All right. In all seriousness, though, I'm going to bed. It's 10:30
Can I-
and I got work tomorrow morning.
Chris, what are you printing in the?
Good night, everybody. Have a good evening.